Wow, what a game. Thank you guys for being here. I always want you to know that I appreciate it. It means a lot. And we need your support and all that you guys do. What a crazy game. UCLA is really good. And I felt like it was hard. They're so well coached. I felt like everything we ran, they knew, which makes it really hard. So the play calling was hard. It just was a hard-fought game. Everything was hard. Rebounds were hard. They're really good. They're 8th in the country for a really good reason. They're hard to beat, and I don't know that we helped ourselves out a lot. We didn't play super connected there in that first half, but I thought we had a good second half. But again, I can't say enough how much respect I have for UCLA and how they're coached and how they play and compete. So we just beat a really, really, really good team. I know these two are here, Alyssa and Izzy, because they had phenomenal games and controlled us. I mean, you guys can ask her what goes through her head, but we had a chance to call timeout when we got the rebound down 3, and we had a little bit of advantage, and that's where if you recruit good players, as a coach, you can just get out of the way and let them do their thing. So I could have called timeout, but just kind of gut feeling, let them go. But I thought that Deja Young was huge today. I think if she doesn't play, I don't think we win. Play the way she played. She kind of carried us in that first half. Defensively down the stretch, she was phenomenal. So give her a shout out at just how important she was to us winning today. And again, like last time I said Kelsey, and that's a sign of a great team. You've got players that fill needs when you need it. So I'm so proud of our team. Just, wow, we didn't make that. That was not easy. I'm tired, and I didn't even play. So that's all I got.
Alyssa, what did you see on the final play?
Well,
6 arms on the other
obviously I had just hit a 3, so I knew she was gonna kind of bite on the pump fake, and then I just saw a lane and I took it. So I finished as best as I could. I might have got fouled a little bit, but
It's a great finish.
Was that final look designed for you, or were there multiple options on that?
You want me to target? You got it.
you got it.
So there was multiple options. The first look, we wanted to take the last shot because it was tied, give ourselves one chance for an O board, but so we wanted to go at like 8 or 9 seconds. But it was designed for G on a curl cut if they trailed the play, and if they did and they both went with G, if we were curling off of this, Deja, who's a phenomenal passer, was to read it. If it wasn't there, Peely pop out, hit Liss, and everybody clear out. So just an incredible finish. I mean, that's what great players do, is they make plays with the game on the line.
Who was on defense there when UCLA got the ball and missed that shot with their last shot? Is he? Okay.
Thank you.
Is he?
Were you going to say anything? Were you
I
just,
was trying to think about what play he was talking about.
Remember
The
when London
downhill
when she-
drive.
No. When
Was it that one?
0.8 seconds when she curled.
That one? Oh, I thought he was talking about the
The
drive.
end of the game, 0.8?
Yeah, UCLA got the
You were
ball
guarding
with,
London.
30 seconds to go.
No, it wasn't.
And I was surprised they didn't clear it out and wait for the last shot themselves.
The second to
You
last.
took the second, the last one.
Second to last.
For the freshman at the ball.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think in our huddle we said we locked in on defense, said switch everything, and I just knew, look, they were going downhill all game, so it was just play them straight up. And I think there were a lot of fouls called this game, so we couldn't reach in. But I mean, I did the best I could do, and it was just straight up. So yeah, that's just how it played out.
I do want to say something I meant to say. I knew one of these. The fact that we out-rebounded UCLA by 6 is unbelievable. Yeah, sheesh. Yeah, and that they only got 8 offensive rebounds. That's why we won. That was what we talked about the last 36 hours. I wrote it in, 2,000 font on the board in there before. And the fact that we did that is really unbelievable. They're the best rebounding team in the conference with Stanford. So really proud of our team for that. That's hard.
Coach, you mentioned Deja. Can you just talk about, beyond the box score, her activity level?
Yeah.
And what that brings every time she steps on the floor?
Yeah, that's what she does bring. That's a good word for it. She's really athletic and strong and explosive. So her pursuit to loose balls, her ability to go get, climb the ladder and go get boards. She's got a lock-up defender. All that stuff doesn't show up. And she's tough. She'll fight you figuratively. She's not gonna back down. Maybe that's the way to say it. She's just a competitor, and you need people like that to win against really good teams. But she's invaluable.
Alyssa, how many different defensive looks do you think you saw tonight, just throughout the night?
A lot. I mean, they were keying in on me, and so we kind of knew that was gonna happen, and I think it just opened up a lot for my shooters outside, and I just tried to make the smart play and not force anything. So, yeah.
Did anything surprise you?
Honestly, no.
She's seen it all. It's hard though with her if we have some stuff that clears out where if it's an ISO and you've got to pick your poison. If you're going to double, then she's a great passer. She'll find the shooters. We just didn't, we only hit 7 of 26 for 3, which is lower, 12% lower than our average. But, you're gambling defensively either way, one-on-one or double, and she'll kick it.
Izzy, how are you feeling after missing the fourth quarter on Friday night? And then can you just kind of talk about your playing style, your toughness? It seems like you're the person that hits the floor more often than almost anybody.
Yeah, I'm alright. I just think that's how I've grown up playing against my brother and my dad. But I can't play that way without my teammates. We're going downhill fast. I can't do that if I don't have shooters getting open or purely punching in and posting up, because then there's no wide open looks and it just defeats the purpose of me going downhill like that. So I think as the season's gone on, I've just put my foot on the accelerator and go, and if it's not there, teammates are there, and something opens up always with our team. Everyone's always moving. We've got inside presence shooters, so no, it just works. I think it's a good system. I like playing in it.
What was the biggest difference for you guys collectively over those final couple of minutes?
I think our rebounding was a lot better. We were, not only getting offensive rebounds, but making sure we were limiting them on the offensive boards. And I think we just came out just playing to win. We were kind of, up and down, on a roller coaster the first half, I think. And I think we were a lot more consistent the second half with just moving the ball and finding the right play. And, our defense definitely picked up too.
I believe you guys trailed more than you led.
I was just looking at that. Quite a bit. They led for 30 minutes. We led for 6.
What was it like for all three of you when the crowd just kind of erupted like that in the last
It makes a difference. I'm telling you, it matters. It matters in winning. You can feel it, and I've been on the other end of that in those arenas, and it makes you tighten up a little bit. It is. And we had a great crowd for a Sunday at noon in the snow. I appreciate everybody coming out, and I'm hoping they're enjoying what they're seeing, and we just want to keep building it. But yeah, it matters from my perspective. You guys?
I think.
Oh, yeah.
I think okay. Just from COVID year, where I remember I was here 2 seasons ago, there was absolutely no one. There was cardboard cutouts. To last year, the progression of people slowly trickling in. I think it was within the last 3 minutes. I think you called something. I thought my ears were ringing. So, and it's usually we're on the road at the Oregons and the UCLAs, and that's their atmosphere, and it's pretty fun to play in. But now that it's at home in Salt Lake City, I think it's pretty cool, because I think where we've come from is a pretty big deal. So it's cool to be out there.
She said agreed.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes the game that much more fun. And just when the whole crowd is bought into it, I think it gives us energy, and yeah, like I said, it's just fun.
Coach, did you feel like there was a, I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this, a consistent whistle tonight?
I don't know what that word means, but I think everybody's out there doing the best job they can, and things always end up working out. And you in the course of a game, as a coach, in the game, you feel like it's every other call is wrong, and you watch it, and there's usually 3 or 4 both ways. So it's part of the game, and I think we're all out there doing the best job we can.
On the defensive side, what was kind of the game plan against number 11? I think that's all right.
She's good. Not to let her catch and shoot. Took us a while to get that one locked in. She's good. She's talented, and she's big. Well, we wanted to switch more than we did. We got confused on some screening. They run a lot of kind of misdirection stuff, and suddenly she's popping out, and it requires communication. It requires a level of intensity on defense that we were lacking for a while. And then in that fourth quarter, I thought we locked in, and there was a different level of intensity. I mean, you have to it's not just like, oh, she's a shooter, don't let her shoot. That's easy. It's all the action they run, and there's screening and off-screening and curls and pops, and you've got to communicate and be intense, and we weren't doing that for a while, but we did a good job of that down the stretch.
Coach, I apologize if this got asked before I
Sure.
got in here, but first 3 quarters, you guys had 14 turnovers, but in the fourth quarter, only 2 turnovers. What kind of changed to where you were able to cut those down as the game progressed?
Yeah, I think honestly, it's kind of like we woke up and started playing with the intensity needed to beat UCLA. And I felt like everything was hard. It was like we were, I don't know, kind of had square wheel. I mean, even though we were only down 3 at half, we were not in a rhythm. And that's indicative of turnovers too. We just weren't as sharp as we need to beat a great team. And I said it in the timeout or in between quarters, like we've got to just be a way more intense in what we're doing. And hey, we're going to win this thing. Like, we're going to win. So you've got to have the intensity necessary to defend and rebound your guts out, and then execute on offensive end. You can't, oh yeah, my bad. Oh yeah, I was supposed to do that. Like, you can't do that. Every possession is critical, and for us to pull that off is, and the turnovers that was a big part of it against a very athletic team.
It looked like UCLA was playing a little bit of offense, defense down the stretch.
Yeah.
Did that substitution pattern play into your decision to not call a timeout in the second possession where Alyssa hit the 3?
No, that didn't. It was, I think it's a gut feeling as a coach. Like, if we got a rebound and we had momentum, we had a transition break, and that's when our players are the best. And that's why you recruit good players. Get out of the way, let them do their thing. I also knew we'd probably get the ball back because it wasn't like, if it would have been under 30 seconds, I probably would have called timeout. But with 1:05 or something like that when we got the ball, and those are split-second decisions. But if you trust your players and I think not letting them get set up, we got a wide open 3. And that can backfire as a coach, but it worked out today.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate all of you guys.
Go Utes.